You'd think like one ship wouldn't be a big issue, but it was if you were the UNSC on the ground. Because New Mombasa was pretty much only defended by like a garrison of Marines and the local police.
Yeah.
Which were definitely ill-equipped to deal with.
No, not even remotely prepared.
A super carrier full of Covenant.
The Halo universe is filled with wonder, mystery, and fascinating discoveries around every corner. With so much to explore, four friends decided it was about time that they boot up their consoles and discuss this universe that has grabbed their attention since childhood. JumperScape Audio kindly welcomes you to join them in the library.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Library. I'm your host, James.
And I am Shane.
Oh, I forgot a part. A show where we talk about Halo lore. We're off to an amazing start, everybody.
As you can see, it is we're ran pretty thin here. Austin had to step away for the evening, and Connor is on vacation.
So you're stuck with just the two of us. So we're going to see how this goes, not having our resident Halopedia in his brain person as a crutch.
And then our audience bridge that's not here at the moment.
And comedic relief.
Yeah, and comedic relief. It's a shame he's not here. He was in the audience a little bit ago, and he is no longer here.
Because he could have at least spoken.
Well, he was on the back of a truck in Florida. He's like, I can't hear anything, so I'm just gonna go.
I'm glad he's having a great time.
I'm sure he's having a great time.
But today we're talking about the Battle of New Mombasa.
Yes,
otherwise known as Halo 2
and ODST.
And ODST.
Yeah, we're continuing our season of talking about the battles of Halo, and with our bookworm not being here, we are like, Austin's like, I'll give you a good one to talk about. I feel like it doesn't get much better than that.
Yep, full transparency. No need to zoom in. I do have Halopedia on my list.
Yeah, I was gonna say we
know a lot about Halo. But if I'm gonna go step by step in the battle, this is how it's gonna have to be. I'm gonna try and make my reading not look like reading, but it's gonna look like reading. So this is a very interesting battle, and he gave us at least one that is very well known and in a video game. So I'm grateful for that. I like this battle because it's basically the accidental invasion of Earth.
Yeah,
is essentially what it is.
They did. That's why they came here. I believe, like at the start of Halo 2, they were talking about like how much smaller of a Covenant fleet it was. If they known it was humanity's homeworld, they were like, why? This is just like such a small portion of the Covenant fleet. Like, why is everything not happening at the moment?
So, and the reason for that is basically a Forerunner luminary that was decrypted on Meridian. Shout out Meridian. We talked about that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we did.
And the High Prophet of Regret basically had slip space coordinates to a planet that was known to them as, forgive this pronunciation,
Urtatyrene.
And so they basically were like, oh, important. This is our lead into finding the Ark. Let's go to this planet that, to our knowledge, is uninhabited and pointless, and see what's cooking.
Yes.
And they come out of slip space and they find the human homeworld with probably the biggest human fleet that they could possibly have to contend with.
It's not the entirety of humanity, but like I mean, we've all played. At least I'd hope. I'd be looking right at Connor if he was here, and I'd be like, we've all played, Halo 2, like the start of it at minimum, and I'd be looking at Connor dead in the eyes, which he has, but if I had to bet my bank, he wouldn't. He'd be like, yeah, and he'd shoot me a weird look and just nod his head because he wouldn't know. He'd be like, yeah, I remember that, and he wouldn't remember it. No. And they pull up and they see all, like, the entirety of like this, like the defense force that they have around Earth, like all the MAC cannons, all the ships, all that kind of stuff, and they're just like, okay then, that's when, like the first mission of Halo 2 takes place, and you see the Prophet's ship go entirely past the brigade and go right to Earth. And then it was Regret. I almost said Truth. It was Regret.
So Regret's fleet does pretty much get completely obliterated.
Yes.
By humanity, which goes absolutely hard. So the space battle is where the UNSC you could say be more prepared.
Which is like interesting because throughout Halo lore, it's kind of been backwards in space. And that type of combat, humanity has been bested by the Covenant, like, often.
Pretty much all the time.
But on the ground, humanity usually pulled away for one reason or another without the intervention of, orbital glassing or anything like that. So it's just interesting. But, I mean, when you pull up to humanity's homeworld, like, I'd expect nothing less to happen, considering they discussed how much smaller of a fleet it was than they expected if they found Earth, but again, Covenant found Earth by complete accident. It was not intentional.
Yep. So when the thing is, pretty much every ship in the fleet was stopped except for the Prophet of Regret's supercarrier, which went right through the blockade. So you'd think like one ship wouldn't be a big issue, but it was if you were the UNSC on the ground, because New Mombasa was pretty much to start only defended by like a garrison of Marines and the local police.
Yeah.
Which were definitely ill-equipped to deal with.
No, not even remotely prepared.
A supercarrier full of Covenant.
Yeah. I mean, again, no one was really prepared. I mean, I feel like colonies were kind of getting knocked down one by one. Like they felt it was only a matter of time before Earth was found, but it was found by, like, again, complete accident. So like they were definitely preparing for a Covenant invasion at some point.
Oh yeah,
but they weren't. I don't think anyone anticipated it happening so soon, and the fact that the prophets were looking for some type of quote unquote religious artifact that would aid in the Great Journey and help them be able to fire the rings and get to the Ark. Then it was only a matter of time before they got there, and they were very, very ill prepared to get to that point. They did not anticipate the entirety of humanity being there.
Yeah.
And humanity being there as well is, in my opinion, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, contradicted to the entire Covenant religion, because they needed to go to Earth for this artifact. But then when they realize, oh, this is humanity's homeworld, like if the artifact is here and this is humanity's homeworld, who's the mantle actually supposed to go to? Well, it's not that they believe in the mantle, but, ultimately, like, humanity is meant to have the mantle of responsibility.
Right.
So that's just kind of what I look at it from, and that's why I'm like, yeah, I mean, not only did they get obliterated, but they're just like, yeah, we're going to get out of here pretty quick. They did not stay long. They didn't stay long.
No. Well, I mean, they left behind
a bunch.
So Regret. His ship deploys like scarabs all over the city, and they land, but they obviously can't stay because Big Green Guy and Amberclad are in hot pursuit.
Yeah.
So that is what eventually leads to Regret essentially jumping to slip space in the middle of the city. But what's left behind is still a pretty sizable Covenant force in the city.
Yeah, I'm obviously, you at that point you have the events of Halo ODST after the slip space jump, and like you're fighting through the ruins of New Mombasa as Rookie, and you kind of get entailed. Thank you, Slip. I appreciate the GIF in the chat. He put the clip from the ODST trailer of Rookie dropping in for the first time. I like that. But yeah, at that point, that's when the storyline kind of branches off in Halo 2 to ODST. Like you have without the slip space jump, you wouldn't have found the newest Halo ring that they discovered at least. And then you have all the fighting on Earth with the sizable Covenant force, And eventually, like, you know, going into Halo 3, you know, it goes full circle. You're still on the continent of Africa. That's where most of all this is taking place. But yeah, that's it branches off. So there's so many different timelines you got to follow, and there's so much that happens in such a little amount of time. And I remember as a kid, I could not follow it to save my life.
Because basically what was essentially happening is they were buying time while they were searching for whatever they were searching for. And what they were searching for was the portal to the Ark. That was where, you know, we get our hilarious legendary ending of Halo 3 ODST that clearly they didn't want to pay Truth's voice actor to do anything.
Well, I don't even think it was that. I'm pretty sure it had, and we're jumping the gun like majorly here. We're jumping right to the end of Halo ODST, but that legendary ending of ODST where you have all the Huragok going, and it still has not been explained to this day. No one's commented on it. That whole ending, no one said anything about it.
Well, I think the implication is that they're excavating.
No,
essentially.
that's kind of where I was at. But in terms of like the voice actor for Truth,
he just comes down.
He just like looks around. He's like, "Yep, they're doing
it.
They're doing their job. Cool." I think it's more likely with Truth that they just didn't have a voice actor. No, they did. Maybe they just didn't.
I always forget his name, but
yeah,
like he
didn't want to come back, or maybe they didn't want to pay him again.
I didn't want to pay him.
I mean, but in that scene, what was he gonna say though?
I don't know.
He comes down.
It felt like it's just. I think it's just such an awkwardly animated cutscene that it makes it funny that he doesn't say anything, even though you're right. What would he say? But at the same time, it's just the way he just.
He's in his little hover chair. He's in his hover chair, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he just comes down.
They're always in their hover chair.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well,
that's what makes it so shocking when he like is waddling around with the little spiker in his hand.
I didn't like the way he like held the spiker like he was above the spiker.
He's like,
get this thing away from me. He held it like by the end like it was a bug or something and just tossed it after unloading it into Miranda's back.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the Battle of New Mombasa is kind of like a little microscope on the entire like war, because funny enough, like another major event in the Halo universe is pretty prevalent in New Mombasa, and that is the Great Schism also starts going on in the city as well.
Yes,
the brutes and the elites start fighting each other.
Yes, during Halo 3 ODST, and I'm pretty sure it happens like very, very early on. It's like I think it's like the first mission in Rookie's flashbacks. It was like just after. It's like the sky is like still bright blue. I forget the name of the mission. I forget what it's called.
But you find the bodies.
But you start seeing the bodies, and you start like I think I forget who it was. It wasn't Buck. It might have been Buck.
I think it was Buck.
Was it Buck or Mickey? I don't know. Austin would know. But they asked if there was another like squad or soldiers that came through that area. He's like, there's a lot of dead bodies here, brutes and elites. And it's the implication that the Great Schism has already started, which, I mean, it seems kind of like early on, considering like the sky is still like bright blue after the slip space jump. And I'm just like, a lot has had to happen.
My understanding of the Great Schism is it had already started. It had started earlier than the Arbiter found out about it.
Yes.
Basically, like the decision was already made that the elites can't be trusted anymore, and basically wherever opportune, they were just getting killed.
right. No, 100%.
They did Order 66 before Star Wars.
Technically, before Star Wars did Order 66, they kind of did Order 66 themselves, which is kind of funny, but you know, at the same time, it's just like. It's not a too complicated of a plot, but I still adore Halo 2's writing and storytelling.
I think out of all the original trilogy, it's actually, I'd say it's the deepest.
Oh no, it's the best by far. I've said it before. I don't think Halo 2 overall is the best game. I think Halo 3 overall is the best of the original games. But by far, in terms of like writing and storytelling, I definitely would give the edge to Halo 2 by a good margin. And another thing I've always said is I don't think Halo 2's campaign is the best. I think the story is the best. I think the best in terms of like fun and replayability is again Halo 3. But Halo 3 riding is really, really bad. It's comically bad.
War.
To war. Which I don't know, but I forget. I think it was Austin trying to cope a little while back and was like talking about how he's like, hold on now this could be misinterpreted. Is like to war could be like a rally point. I'm like, stop.
Really?
Stop.
No, it was copium.
No, it was that he was like trying.
It was either copium or it was rage bait. I couldn't tell.
It was probably both. It was to war. Like, no,
war.
That's not. It's not a rally point. It's just like, man, we have hundreds of soldiers dying and the Covenant are on Earth. Where do we go? To war? Currently at war, but where do we need to be? Where do we need to be located to? Oh, goodness gracious me. Yeah, in terms of like Chief's side of things in New Mombasa, he's not there for too long, but for the time he is there, he does make a pretty big impact. I kind of wish Halo 2 I wish you had a little bit more time on New Mombasa. I'm glad they like expanded upon it in Halo ODST, but I feel like Chief is there, and then obviously for the sake of like, you know, the franchise, he had to be on the ship chasing Regret to the ring, which I obviously found accidentally. But I wish you could have been there at least a little bit more, because exploring the city and learning about the depth of what's happening on the city, I think would have been really, really cool for the time.
I mean, that there's so much interesting little lore nuggets that come out of New Mombasa. I think my favorite is still that the Halo 2 cover is a propaganda image taken by Ben Giro during the Battle of New Mombasa. And like, I feel like New Mombasa has got to be the most iconic battle, even more than like the battle for Installation 04. The invasion of Earth begins there, and like the fallout of it is still going like into Halo 3. Like,
oh yeah,
I mean, Covenant force there is pretty much still like fighting in Africa for the rest of the trilogy. Like,
oh yeah. Well, I mean that's the biggest thing. Like the Battle of New Mombasa, like it isn't the biggest, but it is like the most crucial because it sets up a lot of the events for Halo 3, if not all. I mean, as soon as a Halo 3 starts and Chief jumps off of the Forerunner ship that Truth is flying, he lands back in Africa, which again, poor writing, very poor writing. Bro was in space, looked down at Earth, is like, "Yep, I'm going right there." Like, and he like, if at the start of Halo 3, all he did was tear off a chunk of the ship and ride it down there like the freaking Silver Surfer. So it's just like, did this dude have that much control, or did he have like a precise like speed and direction he needed to go when he jumped off the ship? And it's not like he had Cortana, because Cortana stayed behind on High Charity. Cortana wasn't like, now, you need to go now or you're not going to make it.
I think the genuine answer is try not to think about it.
Bro, well, that's the unfortunate part about, I think that's the unfortunate, that's such a cop-out answer. I hate you. That's such a cop-out answer.
Luck is to the Chief as the Force is to Star Wars.
I unfortunately think that's how the writers would probably justify it. He got lucky. He jumped down to Earth and just so happened to land just a little bit outside of New Mombasa in Africa. And I hate that. I hate it.
It's perfect.
No, it's too perfect. It's too perfect. It's too perfect. I just don't, it just blows my mind. But anyway, side tangent. I mean, like, even like one of the first few missions of Halo 3, you see, and you're driving around on the Warthog, after you leave the base, you can see like the space tower, the space elevator in the plains of Africa. So, I mean, you're obviously, I mean, granted, the space tower was unbelievably long, but to be able to see it like right off the rip from Halo 3, you're just like, oh, okay, like I clearly am not too far away from New Mombasa. And the New Mombasa attack kind of gave the Covenant a bit of like a foothold on Earth, and the artifact, the portal that they needed to get to the Ark, that it was in Africa. Like, that's where they needed. Hence the ending of ODST. They started glassing, and obviously, like, because you played Halo 3, I hope, before you played ODST. I at least hope so. What's going on and what they're digging for. But like the ODST squad, Rookie, Buck, and everyone else, it's like, well, they're like towards the end of the game, they're like, oh, they're starting to like, they're glassing us. Like, no, they're not glassing, they're digging for something. And at the end, you can see, like, when the camera pans out, you see all the super carriers glassing this whole section of Africa, and it starts to reveal, like, you can see like Forerunner tech starts shining through.
But for all my fans of glassing campaigns, don't worry, millions still died in the glassing.
Thanks, and just in case the Covenant wasn't bad enough, the Sangheili goes over it again because of the flood.
Yep.
Just in case anyone survived.
So essentially, though the battle in space was an initial victory for humanity, the overall Battle of New Mombasa was a massive L. Humanity was eventually pushed out of the city, and it was occupied by the Covenant.
Batman said all those poor elephants and giraffes.
Yeah, they're dead.
It's the 2500s. They're probably
very
extinct.
Generous of you to think that they won't be extinct.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
already,
especially elephants. Yeah, that's very, very wishful thinking, and that's very sad. But unfortunately, that is where we're at currently.
So yeah, they basically glassed the entirety of Kenya to try it. That's real.
Is that where?
Yeah.
Is that
to try and find the portal? They eventually find it in Voi, and so while obviously don't want to get too much into the events of Halo 3.
No, but it's hard not to because of how closely tied together they are.
Essentially, the reason they were there, they eventually accomplished, but I bet you it took a lot longer than the Covenant thought it would. Granted, they had a civil war in the middle of it.
Oh, but yeah. I was going to say, well, humanity probably would have lost if it wasn't for the schism. Humanity, without the Sangheili, humanity would have lost. Just Halo 2 in general, and like more specifically the events that happen in like New Mombasa, it sets up so unbelievably much for the rest of the franchise. The Great Schism, like it gets talked about like even today in like lore. I think there was like a line of dialogue from some random grunt in Halo Infinite about the schism. I couldn't tell you what it is, but I'm like almost sure I remember something. I haven't replayed Halo Infinite like at all, but there's some like it's so crucial. It's so crucial. But yeah. There's so much to unpack there, but at least in terms of like the aftermath of New Mombasa, but the battle itself is pretty cut and dry. Regret gets through the blockade, goes to New Mombasa, lands ground troops there. Humanity's unprepared because they didn't expect Covenant to be there, but Covenant's also unprepared because they didn't expect humanity, and even Cortana at the beginning of the invasion is like decrypting all the messages and like, oh, they didn't expect us to be here. Not like the chief or the UNSC. Humanity in general, it was completely random that they were like, oh, okay, so this is their home world. So I mean, I guess the Sangheili couldn't have picked a better time to kind of be over the Prophet's garbage at that point.
So you have anything else you want to say about New Mombasa?
No, I think we've covered it pretty as much as we possibly could. Do you want to know how long we've been going so far?
15 minutes.
No.
10 minutes.
No.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
20 minutes?
Little over.
That's not bad.
You kept going down. You kept going like, no, 10 minutes. What is your sense of time?
We've had some of these battle episodes that have had about that long of a battle segment.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something else to unpack so we can go just a little bit longer. I don't want it to be like too short. Again, our comedic relief and our local bookworm is not present today, so we're kind of just making sure things.
We're going on vibes.
Yeah, we're absolutely just kind of going on vibes at this point. We're trying to fill in and do them both a favor so they can both enjoy their time. You know, it's a shame. I wanted to play a little bit, but I'm like, I can't just sit here and play and just listen.
I was like, don't leave me.
No, I'm not. I couldn't. I'm like, I can't play and like talk pretty much the entire and like, you know, have an in-depth conversation about what exactly. Wait, how New Mombasa is the 9 circles of hell from Dataroth?
Does he have like what?
That's what Dataroth said.
Can you explain a little further?
Yeah, Dataroth, by all means.
We'll wait on.
Can we talk?
Yeah, sure, go.
Why not?
Okay, so there's a whole thing about New Mombasa being the 9 circles of hell.
Yeah.
Because, so a lot of YouTubers, it's especially like, why am I blanking on their names? Installation 00 and...
Pretty sure Hidden Xperia made a video about it.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, but go ahead, please.
No, if you want to do it, go for it.
No, you could probably explain it so much better than I can. Go for it.
Okay, so basically whenever you are going through New Mombasa as rookie, every level and every single time that you find a audio, what are they called? Audio log from Sadie.
Yeah.
It corresponds with one of the 9 circles of hell.
Interesting. I believe this was, I believe Austin touched on this a little bit. But he definitely I couldn't explain it. Like I'm familiar with like, the concept of it and like a lot of the parallels with like, it was Dante's Inferno, I believe, wasn't it? Yeah. There's a lot of parallels. And I believe that's also a good testament to, you know, some of like, even if it's ODST, I do think a lot of the writing in the original games or overall was still good with the exception of Halo 3. But ODST I think is written relatively well, and I think they drew good inspiration. And it just makes things a little bit deeper, and it always adds a little bit more to the story, and I can always appreciate that. But yeah, I forget how long it's been. I want to say it might have been sometime last season where Austin went a little bit more in depth on like the 9 circles of hell and how you know, it's connected to Halo. But yeah, that's a good catch. That's a very, very good bring up.
I think it's a little cliche if you ask me.
Okay, James, explain how it's cliche.
Everyone does the Dante.
Well, like who?
Lots of movies and games.
Very interesting where, like, so Rookie is obviously Dante.
Mm-hmm.
And then who's
Virgil.
The one that is exactly Virgil's the one that's guiding him through. And then in Dante's Inferno, it's Dante and Virgil. So it's the parallels are there, obviously.
No, yeah,
100%.
I was just being a little mean-spirited.
No, James was just James is riding his media literacy high horse.
Wasn't that high horse? Well, thank you. You filled the time we wanted to fill.
Yeah, I was gonna say we wanted to bridge at least a little bit of time. I feel like it makes me realize how much like of our time on the library is like side tangents, and how much more difficult it is to get a longer episode without some of those side tangents. And I feel like we had a few side tangents,
just a couple.
Yeah, but without Connor and all, like there's so many different interactions that we can have. This is itself is a side tangent, but I'm going to use it because I want to, have an interesting conversation with some filler. But I
think it goes to show that while we all have our strengths on our own, we are always our strongest when we're all 4 able to be here.
That's so corny.
I thought it was nice.
It was nice, but it was definitely corny. Just the interactions, like the occasional, like Austin will go on this long tangent, and then he'll look at Connor and be like, "Right, Connor?" And then he'll look at the camera just like this. And then Connor will just, like, we've all played that. We've all played Halo Infinite, haven't we, Connor?
You want to tell us more about it, Connor?
Crickets, just literal crickets.
What was your playthrough like?
Yeah, what was your playthrough like, Connor? Who is this character? Who's your favorite character from Halo 2? And I know he would say, well, I know what he would say, or what he would want to say, but he wouldn't be able to get the name. Because he was doing I think what was he on? Was it Willie Asso? It was a Willie Asso game. And he didn't get Tartarus. There was the blacked out background for his character, and it was like so clear. You could see like the gavel in his hand. It was so clearly Tartarus, and he didn't get it. The man that's whole personality is Big Monkey with Hammer, and he didn't get it right. That's pretty much our comedic relief, and just
he got his redemption at the Chatternet Econ.
But yeah, it was pretty much it goes to show just like there's I can have interaction with Connor can interact with James can interact with Austin, James can interact with me, and it's so much easier to kind of build off each other's thoughts and jokes, and it eats up way more time, and it makes the conversation so much easier when there's 4 of us or even a guest. It would have been nice to have a guest and we could have just brainstormed questions.
Now, let's count our blessings. Austin's done an episode or 2 all by himself. I'm sure that's fun.
He's him.
I'll never forget the one time on Room 237, my podcast that I hope some people remember. Ashton had to do an episode about Twilight by herself.
For 237?
Yeah, I was sick, and I told her pick whatever movie you want and do it by yourself.
And she did Twilight.
Yeah, she thought it'd be funny. Yeah, she thought it'd be funny.
That's
it
amazing.
was funny, but the problem is she's never done a podcast by herself. Neither have I, and so in practice, it was just rambling, and then they got one comment that just said, "What is this?"
What is this? Is this like talking about Twilight with like a red dimly lit room, a bunch of horror just memorabilia all over the set, and she's just sitting here adequately talking about Twilight? What even?
Basically, she was just going through the movie and be like, yeah, Edward makes a stupid face here. It's really cringy. And that's the whole episode.
At that point, I would have been just like, listen, we just won't do an episode this week. We'll just call it quits for the week. It'll be fine. It's not a big deal.
We got deadlines. We got
deadlines. Slip said, James, I'm your biggest fan because he remembers the Twilight episode.
That's why I love you, Slip. I almost pointed at the laptop and I'm like, I got to get out of the practice of that.
Still 372 days in, waiting for the new season. That's what he said.
Might be something. I don't know.
Really?
The podcast probably isn't coming back. But I might have something else.
Do I know?
No. Because I don't really know yet, but...
What? Okay, fascinating.
Anyway.
Hold on, I want to see this meme from Fat Batman real quick. You can only choose one. A cat girlfriend, parentheses, she loves you, or... Artas Vadum.
Artas!
Parentheses, he'll burn your mongrel hide.
Artas.
I'm taking Artas Vadum, unfortunately.
I already have a girlfriend, so I'll pick Artas.
I don't, and I'm still taking Artas.
Yeah. And then he'll burn my mongrel hide. Sounds like the worst innuendo of all time. Artas burn my mongrel hide.
Oh, God, stop. That's terrible.
So that was the Battle of New Mombasa.
Stop it. After hours.
So that was the Battle of New Mombasa.
That was the Battle of New Mombasa. Thank you guys for
please. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Go check out JumperScape.com if you want to connect with us further. You can find our Discord link there. All kinds of nifty little functions on that website. You can get to our Patreon. Speaking of which...
Coming up next.
Coming up next.
There you go.
Is our Patreon segment.
Yep. And tune back in next week. Well, I don't know what battle we are discussing, but we are going to be continuing our season-long adventure. It will, in fact, be a battle. It will be a battle, and we are going to continue it whenever Austin comes back, and he'll come back and put us in his backpack again, and hopefully our comedic relief is here again. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week.
Here's another fun factoid. So oxygen was discovered in 1774. So did you know people just didn't breathe before then?
Patreon.
Patreon.
We love you.
We need you.
I honestly, I forget how Austin even segues to this bit.
Pretty much like that. Patreon.
So I am reading the Patreons off of grainy screenshots that Austin sent me of all of your beautiful names.
Okay, let's see.
So
let's see how this
just
goes.
get ready. So starting, of course, with our Chronicler tier, we have Scion Esports. My name is Austin, and I think Halo 3 ODST is bad. Wow,
well, that one didn't really land today. You couldn't have picked a worse week.
Hold it for another week.
He's
gonna listen to this whole episode.
The one episode he's like not here. It's like
he's gonna listen to the whole episode.
I know for sure. It's the fact that he's not. That's just unfortunate.
Dark Salad 42. Xbox Luminary is the best show on Chatternet. Shane, hide your wallet from Cheyenne.
What?
What is she gonna do with your money?
I don't know. Why Cheyenne? That's just so random.
The library, but patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter. Is this an inside joke that I didn't know?
What was it? The library patrolling the Mojave.
But patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter. I guess I wouldn't want to patrol the desert either.
Yeah, sure. I'm sitting here trying to brainstorm. Like, is this like an inside joke?
Gundam is just neurospicy child soldiers in space.
Oh, it's a Fallout New Vegas reference. That's what it is.
Oh, I was like, no, it's a Gundam reference, Shay.
I was gonna say we're gonna have so many people mad at us because we haven't played Fallout. I don't think you've played Fallout, have you?
Connor will be enthusiastic for Dick Hammerbush.
Yeah,
that's Connor.
Yep, I had to. He had to get something. Dick Hammerbush had to get something out of it.
Halo 3 Rat of Lactation. Give me that pickle. I may resub to smut due to poor impulse control. You do that. You have fun.
Yeah, you do that.
ODST, OD, OD, ODS, ODST, ODST, OO, ODS, ODST. I nailed it.
Wow, good for you.
Cool Blaze, Spartan Habuko, G156, the UNSC gunship, Oops, All Max, Father Ungoy, head of the Church of Ungoy, James loves Connor.
Why did you rub his seat?
I don't know, he's not there.
Still.
John Dowsett, Thomas Lane, Dylan, Lactating Milk MT, Connor Clark. Oh, geez. This is a longer list. Okay. Corbin Heavener, Master Beef's Rotating Brisket, Grunts are crabs with nipples. Hammer Dick Bush.
I hate that.
Master Cheeks, Zacromi 156, Rocky Mountain Ungoysters, Super Frozen Yogurt Sorry, these ones are zoomed out a little bit more.
You got this.
Super Frozen Yogurt Dispenser, Noble 6 meeting the rest of Noble Team. Hot take: Shane should be the main host.
Oh my God, really?
You're you should be the main host.
I don't.
I guess this guy's not having a good week because I said, "Oh, he's going to have a great week this week."
I don't. I personally.
Now I did the intro. That means I'm the main host.
I personally don't think I should be the main host. I appreciate it, but I unfortunately don't think I should be the main host.
I hope you guys understand how much more Austin knows about Halo than we do.
Yes. No. It is. It is a very.
I know I can speak for myself. I know a lot.
But the gap between
he's a Halo computer.
I'll put it this way. This is the best way to put it. Connor is closer to me than I am to Austin.
Yeah,
that's the best way to put it. That's the best way to put it. And Connor is very, very, and I mean very far away from me.
Because it's I know stuff about storytelling and what makes games good and what makes games bad. But if you ask me what happened in July of 2536, I probably would not know off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Where was I? Lone Blaziken, Franklin Mendez, Shane's Kigyar Harem, Apple Juice 01, My Pharaoh is a Rescue, Durandal, Shade Communications. Please join the book club. The 5 regulars need more people to converse with. Random Swede. My name is Austin, and Halo 5 has the best campaign.
Ew. No.
Slapnuts. The Big Moose. Sorry. Slapnuts.
Slapnuts always makes me laugh.
The Big Moose demands justice for Betty and Malou. Sky Cairo, JX O'Malley. You know who else loves Halo? My mom. That was probably the worst reading of that I could have done.
My mom.
My mom. Oh man, I did something horrible involving talking about someone's mother the other night.
No, that's without context. That's so weird.
Is it much better in context?
Without context is great. I'm surprised you even said that. With context, that's crazy.
Huragok Rossum. Huragok Rossum. I want to make sure he hears his name. I'm huffing the Ungoy methane tanks. Drunk Silvari, brain rot, gentlemen, there has been a national tragedy. Dragons have invaded Dave and Buster's. Girl Dad Sam, zealot of lactation.
What do you mean dragons have invaded Dave and Buster's?
They have. That's all we know. Is that they did.
There's a Dave and Buster's alarmingly close to us.
There's more of them. We would know.
We would know.
Maybe that's why there's so much traffic today.
Yeah, no, it was bad. It was really bad.
Zealot of lactation, Tico Vatamai, get off the stage, bring Austin back.
That was quick.
Okay.
That was quick.
We're trying our best.
He'll be here next week.
Shane's big voluptuous salami nips.
Okay, let's not.
That was I wonder if that's one of the ones that that Austin doesn't read.
No, because I'm pretty sure he read that one. I'm pretty sure.
Chaplain Strife, Ethan 077 Loquarious Observer. Loquacious. It's loquacious, my bad.
This conversation.
How's the butt shot, Shane?
Huh?
You got butt shots. You get butt shots. I don't think you got one yet, though. It's January.
It's a little early. But yeah, I did just kind of throw that out there. That's what I do for my allergies, didn't I?
Vermin, help me, Austin Juan Kenobi, your book club's only hope. He can't hear you. Ossiodius T, Humble Rumble, Drug Salesman, Damian Groth. This is taking me forever.
No, okay. It's okay. Keep
Parker
going.
Ortman, Night Fox, Why Your Mom's Son, what?
Wait, what?
Holding up 321. Danimals yogurt fermented from James's glorious lactating saying Healy bosom.
Oh, that's a bad one.
Lords of Awesome, Artos Vadum, discounted dental care. My glasses need replaced. They keep falling off my face.
That's a Patreon name. It's in the that's a Patreon name.
It's not.
No, it's not, but still.
T-Pass Party, Grunt Birthday Sound Effects 79, Dark Matter Whiskey, Dragonfire, Infinity Class, Milk Carrier Lactational Sensation.
Oh, okay.
Nara Nomad, sir, you ever wonder why we're here? I think the two strange girls escaped from Shane's garage.
Okay.
That's why there's no signs of entry.
I get it. Do you remember that story?
Yep. I will never forget the garage story.
Yeah. Well, it's not. Not the garage story. The two girls.
Oh, that story.
Yes.
That story.
Yes. We still have no idea what that was all about. Not a clue. A Shane's garage reference in this economy.
I know, insane. World champion pasta rocket mechanic.
What?
Who's Dixon Manhole? PFC Dustin Echoes. Coyote. Fishdoe. Apple Hey Austin Insane Rage Bait. Wait, no, please no.
You couldn't have said that less enthusiastically.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Something happened.
Boomerang, Schnugens requests a random fact, please.
You know, when I was a kid, remember when we were I almost just doxed our elementary school, but I almost did it without hesitation. There was a point where, like, in the morning announcements, I was selected to share a random fact first thing in the morning. I don't know how true it was. I went on Google that night, grabbed the first fact, and I ran with it. The average chocolate bar has 8 insect legs in it.
That is what?
Yeah, supposedly. I read
it's
that
hard
loud and proud over the
I
announcements.
hate the fact that I definitely experienced this happening.
You did. You were there.
But I don't remember.
Oh no, we were
obviously.
in like it was in second or third grade. We were super young. I don't know how true it is, but that is the fact that I'm going to share with you.
There's a random fact.
There you go.
Dangle Muskrat eliminated the hover Roombas, but got caught in a cardboard box by the Space Animal Control. Did I miss something last week or in Austin's car episode?
No, I don't know. Maybe because I watched for a little bit.
Spartan Alex 30, Mad Jeremy, Iskari, Preacher. Would you like yodeling pickles? Yes, we will always take more yodeling pickles. I want at least 7 so we can press them all at the same time.
No, we've said no for like a year. We've said no for like a year or so. We don't want now. You're the first time that he's.
Yes. Do it.
Oh no.
And of course, last but not least, warm apple swouse.
Warm apple swag.
It's swag.
Okay.
So that was Patreon. That was fun to do. I like that.
Okay. So, P.O. Box. James messed up.
I didn't mess up. I didn't.
I know you did.
I can't get into town before 5.
The rage bait worked. The rage bait worked.
I got frustrated.
Yeah, it worked.
The traffic out there is horrible. So you know how much it sucked to get to the P.O. box, and it's like your parcel is too large. Come back during regular business hours.
I would have been very upset.
I was.
What could we have been?
Obviously,
sent?
there's no way that we could have known that unless whoever sent it told us it was really big. But still. Next week.
It was Dadaroth. He said he is super upset that we don't have the package.
I am also sad because I like packages. They're fun. Next week.
After hours.
Next week.
After hours.
So Q&A. I'm trying to find it.
We'll do.
You give me a number.
Well, since we're making rather good time, we'll do 12.
12. Big.
Well, yeah, because we've been moving, so might as well do 12.
Okay.
Poor Connor.
There's library.
Connor always make sure you mark them after we answer them. You'll see the ones that are marked in there.
I'm just looking for the last one that was marked.
12 questions in this economy, dude. I know. Okay, we can stop saying in this economy after everything that happens.
When it stops feeling real, I'll stop saying it.
In this economy. When it stops hitting a little too close to home.
Okay, I'm all accidentally way back in March.
This economy in this economy. In this economy jokes in this economy. I'm going to ban everybody.
Unfortunately, any lore-related questions are going to get a big fat... I don't know.
Well, no, we can if we know them. If we know them,
some of them are like, I know.
Yeah, no. If we know them, we'll answer.
Okay, so from Dick Hammerbush, he said to rate his Magic the Gathering card he made. It's a Rocket Flood card.
10. Why did you have to look back? Like that's not worth a 10.
No, I thought
you had to. I said 10, and you were like, wait
I didn't even clock me that you were rating it. I was like, no, there's only one of them.
You just read it, and it said rate the card from 1 to 10.
No, it's 10. We'll see if Austin includes the photo of it in the video release of this.
I hated that. I was just like 10, and you were just like, let me get a good look at that. You zoomed in and everything. I'm
What's going on here?
I'll be the judge of that.
Fat Batman asks, will you each wake up in another host's body? What is the first thing you do as one of the other hosts?
I would wake up in Connor's, and I would have his daily intake of caffeine, and I would go deadlift as much as he can deadlift. Or I'd drive his stick car because I don't know how to drive stick.
Okay. I would also wake up in Connor's, and I would probably do something not illegal but embarrassing in public and then wake up back in my body and laugh about it.
He does that like once a week. You can find something super
Okay,
easy.
I will do the same thing, but in Shane's body.
No, okay, let's not. if not Connor, I would do Austin and see how much battle dudes I could crank out in a week.
And then, contrary to funny joke possibilities, no matter whose body, I'm wearing the clothes I wake up in the rest of the day. I don't need to see that. Is that fair? You alive?
Yeah, no, I'm
All
just
right.
reading chat. Slip said, "Oh, he's giving me verbal instructions how to drive stick. I'll learn eventually." Connor said he would teach me. He said it's not that hard, so I'm going to give it a go.
Senator Fox would like to know who shaved the brutes. That would be Bungie. That's the real answer.
The art designer, especially the Halo Reach brutes. Ugh.
You can make an argument that maybe different clans and tribes of brutes do different things with their hair.
Yeah.
To try and lore explain it, I think would be a good way to like put it.
My hot take is they're not my favorite, but I actually kind of like the look of Halo Reach's brutes. They look scary.
I like them. I just wish they had some hair.
They don't have it, but it's the fact that they don't have hair that makes them look horrifying, though. They're scary looking.
But in terms of like body structure, they're my favorite brute. But the fact they don't have hair makes me go, well, you don't look like Monkey.
Yeah, and Halo 2, like I know it's gonna be a hot take, but like I like them in Halo 2, but I just like I ideally like
the Halo Infinite brutes look like everyone's uncle. Everyone has an uncle that looks like Craig.
Fat Batman just sent a screenshot of the brutes from Halo Reach, and I think that looks cool. Are they like tattooed?
Yeah, they had like weird
they had like facing grid. They look like they're tattooed. I think it looks really cool.
It looks like circuitry though. It's kind of weird.
I like it. I think it looks cool. They are a little bit naked for my liking, but Craig.
Coyote would like to know.
I think this is question 4.
Will ever think that some ODSTs looked at Spartans like FUDs look at modern day firearms and equipment, thinking things like all that tech and or arguments are just gimmicks, Sonny?
What? What?
I don't know. You try and read that better.
You really think that some ODSTs looked at Spartans like FUDs look at modern day firearms and equipment, thinking things like all that tech and or our augments are just gimmicks, Sonny? I did read it better, but it still don't make sense.
I get the question. Basically, do you think ODSTs just kind of get p envy? Is that an M key? I don't know. We're allowed to say p.
I don't know. Maybe
just in case.
Yeah,
where you look at it, you look at the thing, and you do anything you can to say, "Oh, I don't need that.
I don't need it.
I'm good as I am."
Which is a lie.
Okay. Slapnuts wants to know.
Sick. I think this is question 6.
Which pill are you taking? The red pill, which is Nuketown Standoff, Dome, and Crash. Or the blue pill, which is Firing Range, Hijacked, Favela, and Terminal.
Ooh.
Oh.
Depends on what I'm doing. What was red pill?
Nuketown Standoff, Rome, Dome, and Crash. MW3 Dome.
Yeah. I think I'm taking blue pill.
I think I'm taking the red pill. I love Crash. Crash is one of my favorite maps. I'm kind of sick and tired of Nuketown, but Standoff is also one of my favorite maps. But God, I love Terminal and Firing Range and Hijacked and Favela. I'm going to go red pill just so we have different answers.
Okay, that's fair.
Spartan Fire wants to know, who do you think would win in a gunfight, Master Chief or the Red Power Ranger?
Which Red Power Ranger?
Which Red Power Ranger?
I think that is the question. I was a sucker when I was a kid. I was a sucker for Dino Thunder. I loved Dino Thunder.
I was a Time Force kid.
You weren't. I'm surprised you weren't a Dino.
I liked
Thunder.
Thunder.
I liked Time Force as well.
But Time Force also had a dinosaur in it, like a real dinosaur. I don't know if you remember that.
No, no, I don't.
The Red Ranger gets transported back in time for some reason. And the Dark Red Ranger. Don't forget the Dark Red Ranger.
No, there was a distinct difference.
They were two different characters, Shane.
My mistake. I'm just going to go on a limb and just say Master Chief.
I'm going to go Master Chief because Power Rangers are super cool and strong and stuff, but they fight like weird pizza monsters.
Wasn't Dacre Montgomery the Red Ranger in like Power Rangers 2017?
I forgot about that movie.
I did not. I try to. It wasn't the greatest.
I saw it in theaters.
What did you think? Did you not like it either?
I don't remember it at all.
No, he was like,
I think I left and I was like, that was something.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure Dacre Montgomery was like riding the high from Stranger Things, and he was in Power Rangers. It was just super weird.
He's not really built like a Red Ranger, but
I'm almost certain. Okay, Google time. Hang on.
He seems like the Black Ranger or the Dark Red Ranger, where like he's kind of bad. You're
just associating Billy too much to Power Rangers, if I'm being honest.
But that's the thing. He does have that face.
He was the Red Ranger.
Master Cheeks would like to know if you were on a desert island and had to eat one of you, who do you think you would pick and why? Now let's get pragmatic here. Connor's probably got the most lean muscle.
So we're just all eating Connor?
Yeah. I think he would be the most nutritious.
Until we ingest the copious amounts of caffeine he has in his body.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
and Lord knows what else.
Well, you drain the blood.
That's where most of it is. Okay, this is
a very morbid
conversation.
But yeah, Connor. And for pragmatic reasons, not funny ones. How do you feel about that? Schnoogans the Redacted.
I think we're on 8 or 9.
Asks, have you tried getting off the podcast?
What is that supposed to mean?
I mean,
we're going to get off here in like maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, we always get off the podcast. I don't know what that is.
What are you talking about? I'm going to take away your speaking privileges.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, Senator Fox said James did. I'm back.
You did get off the podcast for a very long time.
Gotta mark that one red. Slapnuts is asking, what is your favorite arcade cabinet game? Like, you go to a Dave and Buster's, what do you run into?
Can I like anything?
Anything.
Like it can be retro.
Yeah, I think that's probably the intention.
Either Dig Dug or Galaga.
That's good.
I love me some Dig Dug or Galaga. Dig Dug makes me fun fact. Dig Dug is the very first video game I raged at. Very first.
Why? What happened to you?
Have you played Dig Dug?
Yeah, I love Dig Dug.
Dig Dug can be infuriating. Dig Dug is super, super infuriating. So is Galaga. Galaga can be too, but Dig Dug, I had an old game on my PlayStation 1. It was the Namco Museum, and you'd wander around as Pac-Man with little arms and red boots, and you could go through the museum, and it had every Namco game known to man in this museum. A bunch of them. And you could go into this museum and play all of them. And I would go in there and I would play the crap out of Dig Dug and Galaga. And it was super, super difficult. Impossible.
I have to play Dig Dug again. I don't remember it being a rage game.
It gets, especially at the higher level, like you just gonna have to play it again. You're just gonna have to play it again. It's super annoying. It's super annoying.
I am gonna go modern just to mix it up. There's 3 things that come to mind when I think of no. Okay. I find shooter cabinets extremely boring.
I don't like them.
They're just spamming on the screen and going.
Some of the like Terminator ones they're kind of cool.
I do like Fireteam Raven. It is fun, but I usually don't play it when I go to arcade and I see it. I love. There was this arcade and there was this like Yahtzee cabinet that I got really addicted to. Basically, it was like a bunch of balls. And there was a bunch of holes that the balls could go into, and they represented different like dice rolls. And basically, you would play Yahtzee by rolling them, and like it was a ticket machine at this arcade. Like I was just getting tickets all over the place, so I liked it. 2 is Connect 4 basketball. is so fun.
Yeah.
That is like the best basketball arcade game ever invented.
Pretty sure you weren't, I don't think you were there for that. There was a friend's birthday party we went to last winter, and I played a bunch of Connect 4 basketball. And of all people, Nick beat me.
Whose birthday was this?
I don't know if I want to dox it. It might have been Nate's. I think it was Nate's. I don't think you guys were there. It was like a big arcade up by where Ethan lives.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. We couldn't make it.
Yeah.
It was in the
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I remember the bar night that happened like a little bit before.
Yes. It was then.
And then the third thing is, have you ever played arcade Mario Kart?
No.
So think of, a racing game, but it's just Mario Kart with Mario Kart courses and rules. And also it takes a picture of your face and it does your reaction when you win. It like pops it up. It's fun. So those are my picks.
Okay,
I hope everyone likes them.
We'll do 4 more because I lost kind of where we were.
Apple Cider would like to know, do you think Halo Campaign Evolved is the right direction for Halo in the future? And then there's a question for Austin that I will leave till he's here.
Okay, I already have my thoughts on this. I'm going to say yes. I don't agree with like a lot of the not a lot, maybe a few of the decisions in the game, but overall, especially if like you're reintroducing the franchise to an entire new player base in PlayStation, you're drawing them in a little bit more by having a new game that's also the original and expanding upon the original under the engine that the game is going to be made on going forward. And from what I'm hearing, all the Halo games, all of them, it seems like all of them are going to get the Unreal Engine treatment. So like Halo, we're probably going to get Unreal Engine Halo 2, probably a Halo ODST, Halo Reach, Halo 3. I'd imagine they're going to try to remake all the games on Unreal.
I think at minimum they're going to do the original trilogy.
Yes, maybe not. But
I feel like that's also like kind of been low key, not announced, but like
it's been very, very. If you look it up online, like if they're credible, I don't know.
I pretty much agree with you. It just basically, I think yes, but it just depends on what they do after. Essentially,
well. After I think we're going to get a mainline game.
Yeah.
I think
if we don't get that, I think it's a problem.
Oh, no, I agree.
If they enter Resident Evil mode of just remaking a bunch of games, and then,
I'm okay with remaking them, but like you got to get them out quick.
I think it depends on how much resources these games are taking up.
Also, it doesn't seem like they're doing the multiplayers. It just seems like it's the campaigns.
Right. And I think that also can be a mistake if they lose too much multiplayer, like market share.
Well,
essentially.
That's why I don't think it's going to take them too long to get a mainline game out.
Probably not.
I don't think it will.
But I will never be surprised again.
Yeah.
Shane, Threshold of Dawn says Shane wants a Merry Christmas text from Connor. I'm not going to count that.
I get the joke because Connor didn't tell me happy birthday.
The Fat Batman says, Shane, now that your Browns have been eliminated from the playoffs,
dude. Like, do you want a cookie? Like, yes, we know.
I'll have you know, I am also a miserable Browns fan. This could be addressed to the both of us. What changes do you hope they'll make in the offseason? Do you think Shedeur is their QB of the future? I think Jimmy Haslam should throw every dollar at John Harbaugh as soon as possible.
I think Jimmy Haslam should sell the team.
That too. I think, but he's not going to. So I'm being realistic.
I think the Haslams. I was gonna make a pipe bomb. I wasn't gonna do it. You could, if you just think of what I'm thinking of. Think of the whole promo and just think what I could possibly say.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that whole organization would be better off after.
Yep.
If you're a wrestling fan, you know.
Jimmy Haslam, he's one of the richest owners in the NFL.
Oil.
Amazing candidate just got freed onto the coaching market in John Harbaugh. Like, yeah, the Ravens have kind of teetered the last couple of years, but he's still a Super Bowl winning coach who's very respected And still, I think it's more it's just time to let go of the Ravens for him rather than he's not a good coach. I think you throw as much money at him as you can. He liked Shador coming out of college. They wanted to take him.
Yep.
But they missed their chance.
I would say
I don't think he's the QB of the future.
No, don't say that out loud. He's better than what we have. He's better than most of what we have. And
what
I
we have is nothing.
And next year I want to see how because Shador did not get reps with the starters like all season. He did not get practice reps.
There's flashes of good,
Well, that's what I'm saying. I want to give him a good.
I think you give him a shot, unless something undeniable comes up in free agency.
The QB class also just doesn't look great right now.
Not
either.
where we're going to be drafting.
No,
because I like Mendoza, but he's going to be gone.
Oh no, we're not. Yeah, he's not. We're not going to get.
The Raiders are going to take him number one. So.
I would say fire Andrew Berry, but I think the way the rookies performed this year saved his job.
No, yeah. The reasons, because that's the thing, Jimmy Haslam gave all the reasons they didn't fire Berry.
Yeah.
And one of them was the rookies this year, the free agent moves he made. The trades he made this year all paid off and all were good. So,
yeah.
The problem with the Browns was in-game decision making and developing offensive players.
Which that's doesn't matter who's the coach. That's always the Browns' problem. It doesn't matter.
Well, that's the problem. Is on one side of the ball we can take 5th round picks and turn them into studs on defense, but something's going wrong on offense. For someone who's supposed to be an offensive guru, it's just like I like Kevin. I liked him.
My hot take is I don't. Depending on who we get, if I almost was like, I'm very, very in the corner of firing Kevin is going to change nothing.
I was kind of half and half. I kind of was like, I don't really care what they do at this point.
No, a wise man once said, I'm tired of losing.
Oh, I was using the wrong marker. I'm sorry. I did not mean to mark these questions as not questions. Oh, that question is a question.
But yeah, give Shador practice reps, hire a good coach, and keep Andrew Berry on the hot seat just in case. I don't think he should be. The thing is, like, barely anyone wants to take a job. Like, people take a job with the Browns because, like, it's an NFL salary. But realistically, anyone would rather go to probably any other organization. And I understand. Because, like, no matter what you do, it is horribly, horribly ran from top to bottom. And likely nothing is going to change. That's where I'm at. I think next year, we'll maybe like win, unless something miraculous happens. I think we maybe win 1 or 2 more games. The
only optimism I have is it's become almost normal for at least one team a year to go from last to first in their division out of nowhere when no one expected them to. It does keep happening. It's just never us.
Yeah.
That means it might be us one day.
Next year, it'll be like Cincy. Cincy will win the division.
They're not last.
No, they're not.
Mr. Horace Heresy would like to know baseball. Sanghili versus Jerohanai, who wins?
Ooh, that's good.
Your instinct goes Jerohanai because of
No, it doesn't.
Okay, well, we're on the same page.
Yeah,
then.
no, I don't.
I think Sanghilis are athletes.
Sanghili, yeah. And the name, the Jerohanai are more brutish in nature.
And we're assuming they actually play by the rules of baseball and don't try to rip each other in half.
If you're talking football, I'm giving it to the brutes. Mm-hmm. But baseball, in terms of like coordination and just general speed, I don't know who's canonically faster. I want to say the Sanghili might be faster. I think I could just for sheer coordination alone and just knowledge, I'm probably taking the Sanghili. If it was football, I'm taking the brutes.
We're just trying to look at them anatomically. We're not going to say, well, the brutes would just break someone in half before they can run the bases. It's like, no, that's called a penalty.
Dataroth said if the Jerohanai hit the ball, it's gone. Yeah, no, it's probably evaporating. It's not even a home run.
But I don't think they have the hand-eye coordination for it.
That is like, it is super tough because there's just this big hulking monkey trying to hit a ball that's probably like the size of their thumb.
And then people will go, they swing a gravity hammer. It's like hard to miss with a gravity hammer.
Think of it this way. Like if you're a human and you have a baseball bat, imagine trying to swing at a ping pong ball and hit it with a bat. That's kind of where I see like a brute trying to hit a baseball. I feel like it's going to be hard for them to do that just because of the size difference. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
How many more? I forget.
I'll do 2 more.
Turbo Furby says, how would each of you handle the Kobayashi Maru scenario? In case anyone isn't aware, we are not.
I was going to say, my mouth was on the floor. I'm like, huh?
The Kobayashi Maru is a scenario in Star Trek where you receive a distress signal of a disabled civilian ship with 300 lives on board in a neutral zone. Any military vessel that enters a neutral zone will be seen as an act of war by the Klingons. So it comes down to a question of whether you will risk the lives of you and your crew, your ship, and the possibility of war to avoid the neutral zone, or risk the lives of hundreds of civilians.
I don't think I don't think I can willingly make a decision that's going to put civilians' lives in danger.
That's where my head's at. If you are the military, especially in this scenario, like, I think it's your duty to try and help them. And hey, if that's an act of war, time to kill the Klingons. I don't know.
Yeah, we're not Star Trek people. Austin is the Star Trek guy.
Okay. Ryer Momson wants to know what everyone's favorite anime is. We'll save that one for
I got a
Connor.
few. I got a few.
Well, Connor and Austin are the anime watchers.
Well, Connor recently.
Mine is One Punch Man because it's one of the only ones I've watched.
Yeah, mine I've watched, and they're going to be very basic answers. I've watched Attack on Titan, and Connor, pray for me, just got me started on One Piece. So I'll let you guys know what I think about it in 4 years, because it is it's like over 1,000 episodes, and like they just released they made some sort of announcement, and like they're like a few thousand episodes, and they're like, yep, season 1 is about done, and they're like, everyone's like, huh? Season 1, and like you can literally sit there and scroll through the seasons of One Piece, and it's like 32 episodes, 32, 500, 32, 16 episodes, 32, 55, 102. It's like, and it just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. It's so much. And for giggles, I started, I'm like episode 11 right now. I went to the most recent episode.
How long are the episodes?
Oh, like 20 something minutes. They're not quick. It's not a quick episode. It's a lot to watch.
Yeah, it's just too much. I couldn't.
If you got so much, if you're watching something.
I like diversifying my portfolios.
Oh, shut up. I hate you. No, but like for giggles, I went to the most recent episode of One Piece and turned it on to see what was happening. When I tell you I was floored at what I was looking at, you would never be able to tell it's the same show. Because the very first episode of One Piece was in 1999 and still going every week. And I turned on an episode that was like last week, and I'm like, what is the animation, the characters, and just the style and how outlandish it's gotten? It's changed so much. Like the first, like from what I'm seeing, the first few I can't even say seasons because it's all technically one season. Like the first like several episodes seem like moderately grounded for what the show is trying to like produce. New season begins in April. Insane. But from what the show is trying to produce, and then from what just for laughs, I turned on the newest episode, and in 5 minutes, and I'm like, this is the same. I've seen none of the original characters, for one. I don't know if they're still there. I'd imagine they are. But I turned it on, and I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, what am I watching? I was so befuddled and beside myself, I couldn't tell you.
Well, there you have it, folks. Yeah, one more.
We'll go one more.
It's from the same person. And what's your favorite fish?
What? What's my favorite fish?
Are we talking to eat or to admire?
We'll do both.
To eat, probably it's a basic answer, but salmon.
I was gonna say salmon, but I'm gonna go a different route because I don't want to copy. I really, really like scrod. I like scrod, like a good broiled scrod,
and I like cod as well.
I like it's
Lake Erie perch. It's more a local thing.
I like it's not necessarily I like scallops.
Scallops are good.
It's kind of in the same
seafood.
family.
It's not a fish, but it's seafood.
It's close enough.
Okay, now to admire,
sturgeon.
Ooh.
I think sturgeons are really cool looking and they're scary.
I was gonna say I like sunfish because they are big and silly looking, and I also like pufferfish because they are silly looking.
I like marlins. Marlins are cool to look at.
I like them, but My full true answer is Barracuda.
Yeah, I was wildly disappointed seeing a Barracuda in person. Very disappointed.
I still like 'em.
I was thinking Finding Nemo, and there's like, it's not as, I mean, you can see their teeth are like, and they're like, oh, that would probably hurt if it bit me. But they're like very, very scared of people. They avoid people at like all costs, and I expect them to be like
misunderstood.
much. They look much. I always thought they would be. Some of them can get big. So I guess I like sturgeon. I like orcas. And I like manta rays. I think manta rays are cool.
Do you know what their species, what their kind did to Steve?
No, I know. That's why I was like, but he has said it himself. He's like, if he ever died doing what he does, don't blame the animal.
I don't blame the animal. It's just hard.
No,
it's hard.
I can't say how many times I've went to.
Steve wouldn't have wanted that.
If I ever went to like, whenever I go to like an aquarium and they have like the little stingrays.
Do you pet them?
Yeah,
the ones where you.
But there's an overwhelming urge to grab them and chuck them at the wall and just watch them stick to the wall. Just be like,
because you know
that's
they
what
would.
you get. That's what you get.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I hope that this was a enlightening experience.
Yeah, thank you guys
getting to spend some more quality time with us.
Yep.
We're the side characters of this show.
Yes, we are. Me, James, and Connor are all the side characters.
No, Connor's a main character.
No.
These days.
Well, I mean, he seems to be a fan favorite due to his ignorance. So, I mean, good on him, I guess.
I guess in terms of lines, he is not, but he's very popular. Either way.
Yep. All right.
Thank you for joining us. Remember, JumperScape.com. Join our Discord. We always got stuff going on in there. And we'll see you next week on the library.
The library was produced and published by JumperScape Audio. Funding was provided by our fantastic patrons on Patreon. If you enjoy the show and wish to support JumperScape's future projects or get some sweet benefits, join our Patreon at patreon.com/JumperScape or become part of this truly special community at discord.gg/JumperScape. Thank you for your listenership, and we hope you enjoyed.